what is up guys, it's Soroscope here, and today is patch day! So I know a couple people were pretty upset that it got pushed back from yesterday to today, but it is for a good cause, so I hope you guys all keep that in mind. And we are still 2 days away from Eco Lifestyle dropping, so the Sims team has decided to give us a huge patch update. So as always, when we get a new patch update, please make sure you check on your CC and your mods to make sure everything is updated and good to go, and we'll get started. Sim Guru Jill and Ruski have said the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle expansion pack drops in just a mere few days, and since we know that living your best eco lifestyle can take a little extra elbow grease, we've added some exciting quality of life improvements to help pave the way. Between inventory updates, new cast assets from a surprise partnership with MAC. Mac? Wait, like MAC Cosmetics? The return of 2 beloved NPCs, as well as some really cool new build features. We hope you enjoy the update. Alright, so new and improved features. So with our inventory updates, fellow hoarders, this one is for you. We have updated the Sim inventory with the ability to filter, sort, favorite, multi-select, and multi-sell in one quick, easy... Managing that cumbersome pile of collectibles you've been racking up for the past 5 years has never been so easy. It's bold of you to assume that I play the game for more than 5 hours at a time. Free placement of doors and windows. Following in true eco lifestyle fashion, door and window placement is now also off the grid, but not that kind of grid. The limiting kind of tile grid that is used to keep you from placing your windows and doors precisely where you wanted them. By holding down the Alt key while dragging, you can enjoy the smooth sensations of free door and window placement. Ladders! Guys, we get ladders! Ladders have been added as part of the build system. Find your free classic wooden ladder in the build catalog in the stairs and ladders category. Unlike Island Living's dock and ladder objects for use on water lots, these ladders can be placed anywhere on your lot, and like stairs, oops, there we go. I guess The Sims 4 is ready to play. Unlike Island Living's dock and ladder objects for use on water lots, these ladders can be placed anywhere on your lot, and like stairs, they can be used as a means for Sims to traverse from one floor to another. And oh my god, it is MAC Cosmetics. What? Okay. Did you say you needed some fresh looks for your Sims? We've collaborated with none other than the MAC Cosmetics to bring you 12 fashion-forward makeup assets suited for everything from everyday to night-out glam. If you're not already using it, on PC and Mac, we recommend trying out the uncompressed Sim textures setting in the options menu, which is now enabled by default on the high and ultra graphics settings profiles in order to see these looks really shine. While console versions of The Sims 4 do not have this setting in the options menu, each console spec is automatically using the optimal graphical settings based on your system resources. Repo person, guys! We'll finally see the repo person again. The repo person NPC has graduated with honors from Discovery University's University of Brightchester with a degree in villainy and has comfortably taken up residence in base game. That's great. Now everyone can taste their wrath if bill payments fall behind. Bills update. Speaking of bills, we've added a cohesive breakdown of Sims bills information that can be accessed via an interaction on the mailbox or the phone. Now instead of lumping everything together, you can see what percentage of your bills go to water, what percentage go to power, insight into any fees, reductions, or penalties. All this and more calculated and cleanly presented for your finer understanding. Legacy neighborhood map tags. We've gone back and added map tags with neighborhood descriptions to existing neighborhoods that didn't yet have them. We now have delightful icons, names, and descriptions for the no longer forgotten Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, Newcrest, and Windenburg. Okay, feel free to freak out now. Yeah, I saw this when they were doing the live stream, and honestly, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Off the grid updates. This one is tricky to list out in a single paragraph with attempted wit, so I'll just drop this bullet list off right here. The off-the-grid lot trait now ties into our new build updates, drawing from water and power utility. Without excess utility, lots function off the grid as they did before. With excess utility, they function more like an on-the-grid lot. There's a new off-the-grid build category, yes, that will allow players to find off-the-grid and survival-esque objects. We've done a pass on candles to ensure they properly work when electricity is out. Thank God. There was a couple of them that really... Candles. Candles? You're telling me candles don't work in Off the Grid? But at least they fixed it now. Off the Grid supported fridges now have an add ice interaction that will allow them to keep food preserved so long as the ice remains. Oh, okay, that's exciting. Sims will now autonomously use stoves and fridges when off the grid, not just grills. Okay. Harvestables now grant unique buffs when consumed off the grid. Dogs and toddlers now have a unique interaction to be bathed in bathtubs even when off the grid. Oh, that's great. Okay, that's really good. Objects can now be cleaned using the use elbow grease interaction. Yummy! Players are able to gather water utility from fishing spots in base game. With island living, they can gather from the waterfall. Water can also be gathered from any world with swimmable ocean water. With seasons, water can be gathered from snowdrifts. Okay. Off the grid, specific buffs will now take into account motives and sim traits when determining if a sim should receive a positive or a negative moodlet when off the grid. We've added multiple new recipes that can be cooked while off the grid, given a sim has the proper cooking skill. Some recipes require special ingredients like the boiling frog hot pot, which adds a really neat survival element to the off-the-grid gameplay while providing sims with powerful new moodlets that will help them survive in the wild. No trespassing. Some people who have the Vampires game pack appreciate Vlad's antics more than others. I personally love receiving a charming visit from Vlad, and sometimes I could really use a compliment about my neck. But we've heard there are a select few that don't quite like having their sim's neck bitten and motives tanked by an invasive nighttime visitor with no respect for boundaries. When vampires and other unwanted visitors at bay... Keep vampires and other unwanted visitors at bay with a new no trespassing interaction we've added to the door. Thank God. Thank God. Oh, wow. That's great. That is fantastic. Send home interaction. Speaking of unwelcome visitors, we've also added a new send home interaction that's available on visiting NPCs or as a self-interaction in the case of multiple visitors. How is this interaction any different from ask to leave or go away, you might ask? Convenience. Unlike its less efficient predecessors, this interaction is nearly instantaneous and leaves your visitors with no hurt feelings or relationship impact. We've added it as a useful tool for players, not necessarily as a storytelling mechanism. I thank God, because I'm doing, in case you guys haven't been catching my streams, I've been doing a abandoned island challenge, and the whole point is that there's no people around, but people keep walking onto my island. Go away! I don't want you here! Build mode items grant gameplay effects. How you build your lot can now affect your gameplay. Certain objects such as wall patterns, floor patterns, fences, and columns bring different gameplay modifiers. Some of these modifiers affect how your bills and your utilities are calculated by decreasing or increasing your power or water utility production or usage, as well as increasing or decreasing the price of your bills. Environment score can now be impacted by certain objects and materials. Drywalls without wall patterns applied now decrease environment score like they did in The Sims 3. Oh, nice! The choice of floor and wall materials used can also affect the ability to spread fire or puddles at an increased or lessened rate. And if you'd also rather build your lot without having to think about these things, don't worry, there's an option in the gameplay menu to turn this all off. That's great. Oh my god, guys, the firefighter! And hey, speaking of fire, that reminds me, did you hear that we've added the firefighter NPCs to the game? We took nods from the classic firefighter NPC behavior from The Sims, The Sims 2, and The Sims 3, and added a few small twists for The Sims 4. When a fire breaks out, firefighters will automatically come to your lot if you have a fire alarm installed. That way, if you still like to let things burn baby burn, you can just accidentally forget to place a fire alarm. It's okay, we won't tell anybody. If you honestly did forget to place a fire alarm, you can call the fire department from the phone or by clicking on the fire itself. If the fire department is called, but there is not an active fire, they will call on your lapse in judgment and charge you a fine. You won't be punished if there was legitimately a fire that was extinguished before they arrive, though. The firefighter uniform can be accessed in CAS and gives any sim wearing it the fireproof buff, which gives them some extra protection against fires as well as make them more efficient at putting out fires themselves. It's worth noting that firefighter NPCs do not show up in Island Living's Sulani. Sulani already has their own local fire brigade to handle these types of emergencies, and besides, who wants to wear all that heavy firefighter gear in the tropics? Huh. Okay. But I'm so excited for firefighters. It's one thing that I was like, wow, so we have to put out the fires ourselves and just kind of hope for the best? Styled looks for tots and kids. More than 20 new styled looks have been added for children and toddlers, using existing base game Create-A-Sim assets to better flesh out some outfit categories that previously felt sparse. Balancing of phone call invitations. After 5 years of expansion packs, game packs, and stuff packs, our phone call invites were admittedly starting to get a little spammy. Moments after moving in, you've got Lucas Munch hitting you up, asking you to go to the Bluffs with him. Then not long after, you might have had Vivian Lewis asking you to join her at the Spice Festival. Geez, let me get settled in first, why don't ya? We've done tuning paths to rebalance all of the previously competing phone invites to give you a more meaningful and less holistic experience. There we go. Less invasive earbuds. Okay, thank you. They're not going to be shoving these in my face. In the same vein as the above balancing pass, we wanted to smooth out one of our more pressing notifications. The free earbuds that pop up with fitness stuff has been changed to a more passive TNS and gifts your sim the earbuds automatically when it triggers. The days of telling the game over and over that you don't want free earbuds, or worse, hitting OK by accident, is a thing of the past. Eco Lifestyle releasing on the same day across all platforms marks an important milestone for The Sims 4, as Simmers get to play the same content and share new creations on the gallery together. In this update, console Simmers have a few additional features to improve the quality of life. We've added new controls overlay reminder that shows up throughout the Create-A-Sim gallery, live mode, and build mode, which should make it easier for new Simmers to jump in and not need to remember all the controls. If you don't want to be reminded that you know all the controls by heart, you can turn off the controls overlay reminder in the game options and other menu. Controller overlay screens remain available for those who want them. Now on to the fixes and updates. So Mac players should no longer encounter the set locale.zsh error. However, both Origin and The Sims 4 must be up to date. Sims will not have random accessories or clothing pieces when changing into towels. Thank you! The days of them wearing socks and jewelry they would never wear, it's finally over. Style influencer Sims can now remove trends that they have created with the reset trend interaction. They fixed an issue where the Sims were not able to care for self after they had been in daycare when they were a toddler. Ooh, I didn't even know that was a thing. That's good. Some roofs were updated to remove the appearance of the black sides when placed on ceilings! Ah! Oh my god, thank you so much! Active Sims will no longer get a tense moodlet after lack of exercise when finishing exercising. Do you even push up, bro? Sims will no longer get the fatigued moodlet after starting a workout. Now we know that endurance takes time to build, but we decided to give Sims a chance to enjoy their workout before becoming completely fatigued right away. Child Sims will now be able to unlock the video gaming skill after they have maxed out their mental skill instead of their motor skill, which was causing adult skills to reset for child Sims when they completed aspirations. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Fixed an issue in which some households did not have their names displayed in Manage Worlds. Corrected requirements for completing the Great Landscaper task that is part of the Mansion Baron aspiration. They fixed an issue in which, when utilities were shut off, either because of past due bills or off the grid, adding objects from build modes such as lamps would add them turned on. Oh. The water pump fishing holes, romantic gardens whispering wishing well, and Get Famous's luminary exotic water garden now have the gather water interaction when the off-the-grid lot trait is applied. Fixed an issue where the subtle saucer light was not being so subtle and made objects added from build mode be placed randomly when dragged near it. Oh, okay. I don't think I had that issue, but that's interesting. I'm glad they fixed that. Teen Sims will now see the appropriate tooltip when trying to acquire the fertile trait from the rewards store. No, they are not robots. Fixed an issue in which some roof eaves were clipping into enclosed blocks. Fixed an issue in which the cleanup interaction would drop off the queue if dirty dishes were placed on a counter. Since we added a new trash bike to Eco Lifestyle, we've made the bicycle helmet available for everyone in Create-A-Sim. Now you can outfit your Sims in a helmet regardless of owning a pack that includes bikes. The Sims will now not receive occasional text messages asking them for a date from other Sims that they are not romantically involved with, because it was awkward. Yes. Toddler Sims will not be able to ask for mentoring on some in-progress mentoring interactions to strangers, except for the invite Bob to music, because we can dance if we want to, we can leave our friends behind. Oh my god, that's great. Oh my god. I love whoever writes these patch notes, they're so great. We fixed an issue with textures for the tops and landings on some staircases, okay. Fixed an issue that did not allow randomizer to work correctly when male Sims had makeup on in Create a Sim. Plants can now be placed closer to foundations with Move Objects cheat enabled as long as most of the plant's footprint is outside of the foundation. Thank God, I cannot wait for this. Fixed an issue in which simoleons were not added to household funds when moving and selling furniture. Fixed an issue in which previewing certain windows on diagonal walls reverted their color back to the default color swatch. I did run into this issue and it was very frustrating. Simmers on Mac Catalina and Intel Iris Plus Graphics 640 GPU will no longer experience seeing a squared shadow under their Sims. Fixed an issue with the Wooden Prairie 2 style panel door in which color swatches were not displaying correctly on both sides of the door. Oh, that must have been funny, they probably had two-tone doors. Sims now can dispose of packed lunches that have spoiled. Out, foul food! They fixed some oddness with disappearing stairs with enclosed courtyards, fixed a stair issue with landings not working properly on lots with raised foundations, and basements, Sims will no longer walk through walls, and things should now look appropriate. I did run into this issue at least once or twice while doing the Not So Berry challenge, so that's really good to see that they fixed that. Fixed missing career promotion screens for careers in various packs. Fixed user interface elements and icons across multiple packs. Spandrels can now be properly applied on fences, and stairs will now not shrink when increasing foundation heights. They fixed an issue in which non-local sim townies spawn in Windenburg's Island, now named the Crumbling Isle. As much as Windenburgies, Windenburglites, oh my god, love visitors from other worlds, they have voted them off the island. Sorry and not sorry. Fixed an issue that caused an error to occur when deleting or editing clubs. City Living fixed an issue that caused time to be desynchronized at speed 3, bending the space-time continuum no more. Vet clinics can no longer be placed in penthouses. You could put them in penthouses? Why? What? Yard sale customers will no longer wander inside Sims houses, thank you, and interact with their belongings, while prospective buyers are nice to have in any sale. This was just rude. This is not a welcome wagon. With cats and dogs, they fixed game progress will no longer be lost when editing, adding, deleting career outfits in CAS. Fixed an issue that made pets' needs not be filled if not playing an active household. Pets' poop is now able to be used as a plant fertilizer. Happy gardening! Oh, that's great. Seasons. Sims can now sell flowers in stacks from their inventory. Sims will now appropriately put their umbrellas away before performing some interactions because woohoo while having an umbrella out in the open seems complicated, and we're not judging, but it seems complicated. Fixed an issue that made Simmer-created holidays in the calendar populate after a season ended. Father Winter will now be able to remove his beard and change in Create a Sim if he is a part of the active household. But who would dare shave Father Winter's beard? Who? Get Famous fixed the issue with the actor career where Sims were unable to complete their gig when they would travel and return home before it was time for the gig. Island Living. Lotta Cocoladas will now be made from actual coconuts taken from Sims inventories. What were they made from before? We will never know. Never accept imitation Lotta Cocoladas. Oh my god, never. Fixed an issue in which some quick meals were requiring a microwave while being off the grid when it is not needed. Yogurt needing a microwave. I think not. Mermaids in Create a Sim will no longer be able to have their traits randomized. This allows them to keep their mermaidism as well as their air of mystery and charm. Mermaids will now wear appropriate career outfits when going to work, so I can picture this now. Mermaids as doctors would be a great TV show. Dr. Mermaid or Merman, what do you recommend? Oh my god, I'm prescribing some vitamin C. Give Rusky more coffee, please. Oh, I'm... Fixed an issue in which some Island Living tank tops are categorized incorrectly in CAS. Mermaid children made in Create a Sim will now grow up to be fully functioning mer-adults. work button for odd jobs has been fixed for Sims on vacation. The eyedropper tool will now work on stilts instead of only working on the foundation trims. Fixed an issue in which Sims off the grid lots were showering constantly. They were. Now they will shower when appropriate, though with this heat wave anything goes in my opinion. Oh, Discover University got a lot of updates. That's a little scary. Student Sims will not lose their term presentation boards when signing up for another term. Simmers with seasons additionally installed Student Sims will no longer receive academic probation if they were on planned holidays through the calendar. Student Sims will no longer be labeled as graduate after completing the graduation ceremony. Oh, as graduate. Okay. Congratulations. Fixed an issue in which homework assignment progression was too slow and timers might have been missing in some instances. Yes, they were. Fixed an issue in which Sims were taking showers fully clothed. As much as the current heat wave is giving us creative ideas to cool off, it would be more efficient to not be fully clothed when showering. So this men's shaved ponytail has been updated for teens, adults, and elders to display all swatches. The short bob braid has been fixed as an option to appear for teens. Sims that re-enroll in university after graduating or dropping out can now rejoin their secret society. Likewise, if Sims get suspended and re-enrolls, their progress will not be lost. If Sim already knows about the secret society, is it still a secret? Time will tell. Fixed an issue with the Game Day Glute Accommodator chair that will occasionally make your Sims invisible if they placed it in their inventory. We don't know what other powers the Game Day Glute Accommodator may have, but invisibility is now not one of them. Sims in the law career can now attend depositions from their computers and phones, because you don't need to break your computer to complete an assignment. It just seems impractical. Vampire coffins and sleeping pods can now count as beds in university dorms. Yes! Fixed an issue in which the write and publish research paper interaction would disappear from the options if it was cancelled midway. I mean, I understand rage quitting something, but not to the point of my options to do it, or my options to do it disappearing, am I right? Pendant necklaces were not able to be seen if this asset was not worn by Sims. Fixed an issue that can make the soccer interaction study plays with dropout. Oh my god, hold on. Fixed an interaction that could make the soccer interaction study plays drop out from the interaction queue. Okay. Corrected final exam requirements for elective courses to say that for studying they need to do so on the computer or research machines. Okay, good, because that was not clear at all anywhere. For anyone who may notice the tiny head effect in the thumbnail if you wore the dragon or the lobster mascot costume without their hats, that issue has been fixed. Humanoid robots will no longer be able to have traits or aspirations modified in CAS. You're a real Sim to me, robot friend. You are to me. Outdoor retreat herbalism recipes can now work while off the grid, however, only off the grid supported stoves. Dine out. Random NPCs will not leave hamburgers on tables at restaurants anymore. As much as we like to receive free food, we don't think it is proper to get them randomly from a stranger. Vampire Sims working on the Master Vampire aspiration will no longer have the task survive for an additional 20 days as a vampire reset after traveling. Vampire Sims with full sun resistance are now able to properly tend to gardens and not tend to plants one at a time. Fixed an issue where you could set registered vampire layer lot traits for venues. Oh my god. Vampire child ears can now be changed after being aged down from adult dark form. The rustic candle chandelier now has flame effects on the candles. Jungle Adventure fans and stands will no longer follow their adored celebrity to the jungles of Selvadorada. Realm of Magic, spellcasters have regained access to styled looks. A spellcaster is never not in vogue, but is always nice to have options. Fixed an issue in which a tank top belonging to this pack was not categorized correctly in CAS, and hot tubs that have been upgraded to Unbreakable will no longer be broken upon performing the Zip Zap spell. Moschino, they fixed an issue in which some hotkeys in photo mode, particularly E and Q, were not working. After popular demand, the Liberian bookend will now cost simoleons. Nothing's for free, nothing's for free. Take it away! Oh, yeah, it's the one that had like the little bears or something on the side of it. It's super colorful. I didn't realize that was for free. Murphy beds will now be more resilient after the first use. Warranty terms pending. We have also adjusted their pricing and comfort levels. Bang for your buck. Fixed an issue in which game consoles were not usable with the all-in-one entertainment system. Now the Media Marathoner all on the wall will actually be the Media Marathoner all on the wall. Okay, that's weird. Fixed an issue in which hairstyles from this pack appeared with the color swatches out of order in Create a Sim. Fixed an issue in which Sims could not put bed up with their Murphy beds after Woohoo. Well, alrighty guys, I know that was a bit of a longer video, but this is a huge content update, and there's so many things that I am just absolutely excited for. For one, ladders. This is something I didn't know about here. I didn't know they were teaming up with MAC to actually give us new makeup. That's unreal. That's insane. The off the grid updates are just fantastic. The fact that we have our own category now, the send home interaction, the firefighters, the repo man, guys, this is just absolutely insane. This is just something that's super exciting, and I really can't thank SimGuru Jill and Ruski for putting together this wonderful patch notes little blog for us. Seriously, you guys are awesome. This is fantastic. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you guys all soon. Bye!